moving on to step 3 now because we have our first 2 layers solved. We're going to focus our attention now on this top part. So our goal in step 3 is to get everything yellow. And in order to do that, you will need to learn 3 algorithms. They're pretty simple. We will go over them one at a time. So what you're going to do first is our first goal is to get, I'm covering up these 3 squares here, is to get all of those squares that are still showing yellow to make like a fish symbol. This is the way that I do it, and I feel like it's the easiest way. So in order to do that, we are going to cover up all 4 of the corners at first and see what we have. Well, right now we have sort of an L shape here and here. You do not want the L shape down there. You want it up sort of in this top left corner. When you have this, the algorithm that you are going to do, and I will say either this is the front, and then this is front prime, or count. If I say prime, that's kind of counterclockwise. Okay, but so here's your algorithm. So when you see this, you are going to go front, up, right, up prime, right prime, and then front prime. Okay, when you do that, you have now completed this. You get the yellow cross. Here is the second algorithm that you will need to know. The last time we covered up the 4 corners, you could see the L shape. This time we have a line, goes straight across. You do not want the line up that way, you want it this way. So what this one is, it's very similar, but we are going to go front, right, up, right prime, up prime, front prime. And you can see this time we did get the fish there. All right, and then I will show you the last one. Okay, so here's the other thing that you can see. So we have already, when you cover these up, you can see the L, and you can see the straight line. So the third thing you can see is just a dot, or it could be just 2. But so when you have just the dot in the middle, you don't have the L, you don't have the line. What you're going to have to do is you're going to have to do one of those 2 algorithms that you learned. You're going to have to do those twice. So let's pick one, for example. Let's just do the one that you would do if you have the L. So we'll go front, up, right, up, prime, right prime, front prime. Okay, so that gives us our line. So we can just twist it, and then we have our line, and then we know that that one for the line is front, right, up, right prime, up prime, front prime. And here we are back with our yellow cross. And the next step is to make it into a fish. So now that we have our yellow cross, our goal, like I said, is to get the fish. What you're going to look at to help you determine how to hold it is where the yellow pieces are. We have 2 right here, 1 here, and 1 is over here. What you need to do is you need to have the 2 on the left side, and the 1 in the right corner. So you don't want the 2 on the right side, you want them on the left side and here. This is your algorithm that you're going to do. You're going to go right, up, right prime, up, right, up 2 times, and then right prime. Okay, you have officially gotten to the fish. The good news is, when you look at the fish, you want to see that the yellow, there's 1 yellow in the top right, and that's what we have. You do the same algorithm again. Right, up, right prime, up, right, up 2 times, right prime, and you have solved the yellow layer. We did the one where you just got the yellow cross, but it had 2 and it had 1 and then another 1 over there. This is a variation where you have the yellow cross and then you have 2 on either side. So instead of holding it like this where they're facing you, you want them facing to the sides. So the yellows are here. We're going to do our the algorithm for the fish. So again, so it's going right, up, right prime, up, right, up 2 times, and then right prime. And we have created our fish, and the yellow is in the appropriate spot, so you just do the algorithm again. Right, up, right prime, up, right, up 2 times, right prime, and you've solved the top layer. Okay, here's another variation that you can get. I just did my algorithm where I had the L shape, where I was looking for the L and I was trying to make the yellow cross or the fish, and it gave me all this up top. Now, when you see this, you can have two alternatives. Your yellows can be here, or they can be on the outsides. This time they're here, so I want them facing towards me when they are on this way. So I'm going to do the algorithm that I do when I have the fish, and so this will give me the fish. Here we go. So we're going right, up, right prime, up, right, up 2 times, and right prime. So here I have created the fish, and I'm looking to see if the yellow piece is there, and it is not. What you do in that case is you rotate it to where the fish is facing this way, and the piece is here, and now we're just going to do everything on the left side. So you're going to go left prime, up prime, left, up prime, left prime, up 2 times, and left. And we have solved the top layer. Here's that other variation I was telling you about. Last time we had this up here and the 2 yellows were here. This time they are on the sides. Okay, so instead of having it facing this way, this time we're just going to face it this way and do the same algorithm. So it's right, up, right prime, up, right, up 2 times, right prime. We have our fish. As you can see, no yellow, so we're going to rotate it over. Now we have yellow here, so we're going to go left prime, up prime, left, up prime, left prime, up 2 times, left. And you have solved the yellow. One more variation, and possibly the last that we haven't talked about yet, is when it looks like this after you have either done your line solve or your L-shape solve. And what you need to look for is where the yellows are. So we have a yellow here and a yellow here. You need to make sure that the yellow is in the top left. And this one can't be in the top left just from the way it's positioned. So you know that you need to have a yellow in the top left there. You go ahead and do your algorithm. You go right, up, right prime, up, right, up 2 times, and right prime. And you are ready to do your fish algorithm again, but again, we have no yellow there. Twist it once, make sure you have the yellow there. So we're going left prime, up left, up prime, up 2 times, and left. And again, you have solved the yellow layer. Now we are going to turn our attention towards the only remaining unsolved parts, and that is this top outside portion. What you're going to do when you get to this point, after you've solved the yellow, you're going to look at each side and try to find 2 matching corners. So that's green and blue, no match. Red and orange, no match. Blue and green, no match. Orange and red, no match. So if you have no matches, then it does not matter which way you hold your cube. You can hold it in any direction. There are 2 algorithms that you have to learn to solve the cube, and that's it. The first one is going to, if you start like this where you have no corners, this first algorithm is going to solve at least one of the corners, maybe more if you get lucky. All right, so here's the first one. It goes like this. Right prime, front, right prime, back 2 times, right, front prime, right prime, back 2 times, and right 2 times. And we will find that there we have, now we have one set of corners that has been solved. The rest are still unsolved. So in order to get that, we're going to put these corners that are solved at the back and do the very same algorithm again. Here we go. Right prime, front, right prime, back 2 times, right, front prime, right prime, back 2 times, and right 2 times. You'll notice now that all of the corners match. So you want to rotate it to where they line up with their corresponding sides. And now you have solved all of the corners. Now that we have our corners all solved, we are going to look at the middle, focus on the middle pieces. So here you have one whole side that is correct. If that is the case, then that side needs to go to the back. And we're going to look at the square that's here and which direction does it need to go. Green needs to go this way. So if green's going to go this way, our algorithm is going to start on the right side. If we had blue here, then our algorithm would start on the left, and I'll show you that in a minute. But so we have green, so it's going to the left, so we need to start on the right. Here is your algorithm that you're going to do to get this in the correct spot. You're going to go right 2 times, up, right, up, right prime, up prime, right prime, up prime, right prime, up, and right prime. And there it got it in the correct place. And if you have done all of those steps, then you just solved your Rubik's Cube. Here is the other variation I was telling you about. So here we have all of the corners solved. We have one whole side that's finished, so it's going at the back. We have blue this time, and blue needs to go over to the right. So we start on the opposite side. This algorithm it's the same thing, just kind of inversed. So we are going to go left 2 times, up prime, left prime, up prime, left, up, left, up, left, up prime, left. And there it has inserted them into the correct spots, and you have again solved the Rubik's Cube. Here we have another alternative that you could see after you get the corners solved, and that is if you have all the corners, but not one single side is perfect. They're all needing to swap out the middle piece. The way I'm teaching this is you do the same algorithm 2 times in a row, and it will, or you do one of the 2 algorithms back to back. You have to see what happens. So let's just do the one on the left this time and see what happens for us. So we're going to go left 2 times, up prime, left prime, up prime, left, up, left, up, left, up prime, left. So then you're going to look at your cube once you've done that, and so we see that we've solved the red side, so we're going to turn it to the back. Here we have green needs to go to the left, so then we're going to go to the opposite side and do the algorithm over here, which is right 2 times, up, right prime, up prime, right prime, up prime, right prime, up, and right prime. And then you have solved your Rubik's Cube.